From Fortnite vaulting one of the most popular features to the removal of everyone's favorite Easter egg, these are 31 things secretly removed in Season 4. Something that no one ever expected to get vaulted are tents. They've been in the game since Chapter 3 started, and while they've had countless bugs and been disabled, they have never been truly gone until now. Players launched into Season 4 wondering if their stashed items were wiped, only to find that tents weren't here at all. It's probably because they weren't really used much anymore, and with the new chrome blobs and evolving items, they'd likely just break the game. One item that we definitely all loved was the grapple glove, and I'm pretty sad to say they have been removed. I'm just as shocked myself, but the next time you try to walk up to a grapple station, you'll find they're completely gone. And to make matters worse, they're even removed from normal floor loot as well, so let's just hope Spider-Gwen gets her own web shooters later this season. But we can only hope that we see the return of the Rock family. They appeared in Season 2 and slowly began their story on the Chapter 3 island. They even set up a farm, were relaxing on the beach, and literally teased a Lord of the Rings collab. But with the start of Season 4, they're nowhere to be found. We all love seeing them each week, so let's hope the chrome hasn't consumed them. But I wish that was the end, but we even lost our beloved Truckosaurus. Since the first day of Season 2, we watched as a pile of rusty cars slowly built up just outside Coney Crossroads. Peely even crashed an entire bus there for the body. We finally got all the pieces, and Truckosaurus started to emerge as the weeks went on. We got so far, and only the head and armor left at the end of Season 3, but suddenly it vanished. I'm really hoping we see a return soon. Another brand new Season 3 item was also completely vaulted. It was only last season that we saw the introduction of the Ripsaw launcher. You can find it on the walls at the Logjam Workshop or in the normal loot pool. It was definitely a unique weapon and made for some pretty interesting gameplay, but now it's been removed, hopefully to make room for some new special weapons this season. A lot of people also forgot about the battle bus, and I know the normal one is still dropping us into each game, but the armored buses are now gone. Even after Season 2 ended, you can still find 3 on the map, but now they've been removed too. I don't think many people used them last season, but they're definitely a lot of fun with the whole squad. Something the community is shocked to hear about is the removal of porta-forts. They were added again last season and are pretty pointless in standard modes, but they made zero build so much better when you're caught in the open. A zero build is definitely much harder to play without these, but at least we've got the new porta bunker. It's not just zero build players that are missing out this season, because armored walls are gone too. They are available exclusively for build modes, but now you'll have to stick to regular metal, because with Season 4 they've been vaulted. Most of the community loved them, since it was incredibly useful for when you were getting attacked at the wrong time. They could have been a perfect way to stop chrome blobs phasing through your walls. Speaking of chrome, the 7 are all gone. We all saw them melt into a pool of goo in the trailer, and Paradigm escaped to Reality 659. But you might not have realized that there's no more 7 NPCs on the island. The 7 squad locks have also been removed from vaults, so if you like using your teammates or even a tamed animal to open the door, you won't be able to anymore. Instead, you'll have to search for a key to open any of these vaults now. And you probably didn't even notice that one of the biggest items from Season 3 has been vaulted. Ballers only returned last season, and they're already gone again. We were all hyped to see them return from Chapter 1 until we realized that they were completely nerfed. Most players didn't really like them since they only spawned at Rave Cave, and Epic even added charge to them, so they ran out halfway across the map. But the worst part was you couldn't even refuel them. So instead of fixing them, it seems Epic just threw them in the vault instead. Speaking of Rave Cave, you probably noticed the giant pink blimp that appeared above it. If you like me and were wondering where it came from, it turns out the loopers actually rebuilt it. The crashed blimps at Rocky Wreckage and Tilted Touchdown have been cleared away and reconstructed into a brand new one full of decorations. Even though the Dragon Ball collab ended 3 weeks ago, Epic kept the mythics in the game. We can still find the capsules raining down on the island and get the Nimbus Cloud or Kamehameha for the rest of Season 3. With the new update, they have been completely removed, and it's pretty sad to see them go because they were some of the most fun items out there. So yeah, you won't be able to launch into the sky with a Nimbus anymore, and the same goes for crash pads. They returned just last season for the summer party and were great for mobility, but sadly, you can't find them in Season 4 anymore. Now, it's not all bad because they actually were updated with a special no sweat insurance design, so maybe we'll see them again soon. Season 3 also gave us back the Junk Rift. They were super fun to spawn a literal dinosaur or a porta potty on a player, and were especially good for taking out people in buildings. But now that everyone knows to simply run away from them, most players just weren't picking them up and were never really used. But a rift that we all loved was the Rift to Go, and sadly it has been removed this season, but with all the new movement across the island, it shouldn't be a huge loss. After we freed the 0 point, it also caused things to go pretty wild, but one thing it gave us was the 0 point fish. You could find them in any water around the island, and they gave you the insane ability to zero dash around, literally teleporting during any fight. Much as we love them, the chrome taking over has meant you can't catch them anymore. Now, everyone may have loaded into Season 4 and gone to check out the new chrome locations or the reality reality biome, but I was only focused on one thing, Colombo. Now thankfully the skeleton hasn't disappeared yet, and we can still pay our respects and hope that he returns soon. But it's not looking too promising, because Colomberries, his favorite food, has been removed yet again. They're probably one of the most OP consumables in the game, so it's understandable why Epic removed them, especially since you can now use Chrome to heal. And with Spider-Gwen arriving as this season's tier 100, that means Darth Vader has moved out. You'll no longer see his Lambda-class shuttle landing on the island, so you won't have to worry about running into him anymore. This also means that all the Imperial docking bays around the map have been completely removed, which is kind of a shame, because they were great for chug splashes, shockwaves, rip-to-goes. With Vader gone, you also won't be able to defeat him to get his mythic lightsaber anymore, or the E11 blasters. So if you're missing these Star Wars items already, you might not have to wait long, because with leaks of Luke Skywalker arriving this season, all of these mythics could be back sooner than you think. And with the insane mobility added this season, Epic's decided to get rid of the impulse grenades. With all the balloons turning into a chrome blob and even the D-launchers all over the island, we have never had more mobility, so it's the perfect time for them to head back to the vault. The shockwaves are still here for now, so don't worry if you're a fan of trick shots. Season 4 has also brought an end to the Charge SMG's reign of terror. It was brand new last season, and it's already gone after it split the community in half. Some people thought it was way too OP with the insane fire rate, but others didn't like that you had to charge it up right in the middle of the fight, making it unreliable. Last season also brought us the 2-shot shotgun, and I think it's pretty safe to say the community really didn't like it. It was super slow to fire and didn't do enough damage to make up for it, so it has been removed. And I hate to say it, but if you're hyped to finally see more of the striker pump instead, you're not in luck. It was added as a part of the new overhauled weapons from the start of Chapter 3 and has been a staple of the loot pool. It's been a favorite shotgun for most players since it's the closest we've got to the OG pump shotgun, but sadly, that is not the case anymore. Season 4 has vaulted it, but luckily we got the lever instead, so I'll take it. Another striker weapon heading to the vault is the Burst AR. It has quite literally ruled the loot pool since Season 2. It had a red dot sight and was insanely powerful. Even after Epic nerfed it multiple times, it was still the best AR in the game. Pretty much everyone had one, so it makes sense that it's time to vault it to make sure the rifles have a bit more variety. Another classic Chapter 3 weapon has also been sent to the vault, the Stinger SMG. This was another controversial weapon thanks to how overpowered it was, especially at close range. Some other weapons have also come in to replace the auto shotgun. With the arrival of the new Evo Chrome shotgun and the lever action of vaulted, there just wasn't room for it. The auto shotty has served as the tack of Chapter 3, and while it'll be missed by many players, at least the shotguns have been completely changed up this season. But I doubt many players are missing a gun that was practically never used. The revolver has been in the game since Season 2, but it feels like it never even returned. No one ever picked this thing up, so it's no surprise to see it removed. It is heading right back into the vault alongside the Combat AR. This gun was insanely fast, and it felt more like an SMG at times than an assault rifle, but it was pretty balanced with the recoil being ridiculously high. One item literally no one wanted to see leave was the Heavy Sniper. It comes just as Fortnite buffed them all to finally one-shot players again, and now it is being taken away. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.